So me and the homies were talking in the group chat, and one of the homies asked a very, very interesting question.
Okay.
So the question starts with, "Can you describe your first heartbreak?"
Ooh. Yes, I can, actually.
Let's hear it.
My first heartbreak. This isn't a long story, but it's embarrassing just because how stupid I was back then. Now,
Mm,
it's funny you asked me this question because this also coincides with my goth phase. Wow.
wow,
What a
perfect timing.
transition. What a
Divine
transition.
timing.
Divine timing. So in the middle of my goth phase, I dated this girl named, we'll just call her Katie. So this is a different Katie. Now, my wife might hear that and she might think that because I went to prom with a Katie, this is not the same Katie. Not the same Katie.
Yo, you could have picked any other name.
I know, but you know what? It popped in my head. I was like, okay, fine. So a different Katie that I dated in middle school when I was full on goth, trying to impress anybody who thought Buffy the Vampire Slayer was an amazing show, which it was. I stand by that shit today.
Great show.
Great show. So again, this is way before any kind of real internet or dating or, you're in middle school and you're like, you know what the fuck you're doing. You're just talking to girls and shit. So I mentioned weeks and weeks ago how I used to have this stupid fucking phone. That was like a house phone. And I got my door taken off my fucking room because they thought I was fucking around and not doing too much in school. I'm talking to girls on the phone. So Katie was one of my fucking targets. And I'm able to take her on a date. Now the
Wait,
date
hold on,
was
hold
just
on.
go ahead.
Did I just hear that correctly? They removed your door because all you were doing was being a Riz god and talking to bitches.
You are correct, sir. Yes, and it got me my
You
first
are a
C.
god.
It got my first C on my report card, and then all hell broke loose. Yes, that is where it stems from. And the CD changer, of course. Our fans, of course, who listen to our every episode will be able to remember this shit. So Katie was one of my success stories, and I said, "Hey, let's go watch Titanic." Yes, Titanic. I saw that in theaters and thought she'd be into that. Of course you did. Did not know it was a 3 or 4 hour fucking movie, so whatever. Got no action. Just putting that out there. None. Not even a kiss. But back in that day, that didn't matter. It still would progress from there just because you were talking. Like, so, we sat next to each other in class, ate lunch together, that kind of thing. I thought things were cool. I asked her to, I can't remember, some kind of dance. Like, I think it was like 7th grade. Asked for some kind of dance. She said, yeah, cool. Here's where my dumbass and I will blame my mother for this shit because, as you know, I'm kind of a sensitive guy. I'm a romantic, always have been. My son is going to be the same way. I can already tell. Because this was like my first major date as a 7th grader, my mom went crazy. And she started getting in my ear and saying, like, you should buy her chocolates. You should buy her flowers. You should buy a new suit. You should do this, this. Like, she wanted me to be like, the guy, Mr. Suave, Rico Suave, all that shit. So I show up to school with flowers and candy. I'm going to pause there. I'm going to say it again. I showed up to 7th grade with roses and chocolates. It was not February. So this is not something that you're normally supposed to do. Did not know that. That, long story short, freaked her the fuck out and she dumped me the next day. The next fucking day. Didn't even make it to the dance. Went solo. Had a nice suit. Bought the suit. It was silver. It was a terrible fucking suit. All silver, head to toe. My God. What the fuck was I thinking? But she let my ass go in a note. By the way, she wrote a letter. And
hey, that's how I used to be back in the day.
That's right. That's exactly what it was. She wrote a fucking letter and was like, "No, this ain't gonna work, bro." And that was it.
You're never gonna hear from me again.
Never again.
If you
We're
see
the
me
same
in class. Don't even look at me.
Oh, fun fact: she moved away like a month later.
What if that's the real reason why?
Oh, I always thought that. I thought that for a long time. Now, later on, I was friends with her friends, and later on, they said like, no, her dad was military and he fucking moved away. Whatever. I still feel even to this day, there's bullshitting. I think she just transferred schools and she was just done. I don't know if that's necessarily because of me, but it was like she was gone pretty fucking quickly after that. So
She probably told her
that,
parents.
yeah, this black guy wants to date me and I gotta go. So yeah, that was my first heartbreak. It was just like, wow, I went hard in the paint trying to impress her, and it blew up in my fucking face. And I think I swore off women for a while after that. I was like, I'm never doing this again until like 8th grade, freshman year of high school. Then I tried all over again. But yeah, 7th grade, that was a wrap for me. I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna be a nun.
I'm gonna shave my head and change my life.
Yep, that was it. Destroyed
Now,
me. I was heartbroken for like 6 months.
now, part 2 of this question.
Yes.
What did you learn from that?
What didn't I learn from that is the real fucking question. The real thing I learned from that is you cannot go 100% that fucking quickly. You gotta pace yourself. Build a little mystery. You can't just give them your heart right away. They gotta earn it. You gotta respect yourself enough. And I look good, don't get me wrong. That silver suit was stupid looking, but I made that shit work. But like all that is a progression. You can't just go hard with it right away. Here's everything. Here's my heart. Here's all of it. Here's all my feelings. Here's everything. Here's a song I wrote about you. And back then, here's a mixtape I made for you. All that bullshit. So yeah, I did all that shit. So that I would think is the biggest lesson I learned from that was just like pump the brakes, make sure you're number one first, and slowly progress. You know, we weren't even friends that long, and I just jumped right ahead. So ever since that moment, any relationship I've been in since then, I've been a lot more chill. You know what? Play it cool. You can still be mysterious, you can still be romantic, but play it cool. Don't try to freak them out right away. Thank God I learned that, because otherwise I have no idea where I'd be today without that fucking lesson. So thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. And I'm so fucking sorry about the fucking chocolate. That was, wow, really fucking stupid. Really, really fucking stupid.
Shout out to you, Katie. Hope you're doing well wherever you are.
Wherever you are. Oh, I won't go that far because you know. But fuck you. But I hope you're doing well. Why did that conversation even come up for you guys?
So our group chat is named Married Men's.
Oh, and you're in it?
I'm in it, but I didn't create it. I didn't name it.
Okay.
And no, I'm not married, and half of us aren't even married. So gotcha. I don't know. Don't know how that came about. Maybe because we're all lover boys. I don't know.
Maybe. That could be.
But basically,
lover boys.
We talk about women a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I got a couple friends that may be emotionally damaged. And so
emotionally damaged.
Yeah. And so you know, this topic came up today from, I wouldn't say he's emotionally damaged, but he's definitely been through some things in the recent past. So I'm sure things are on his mind. He told us he's been having like dreams, and she actually came back to like bug him about something like in reality.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so she would like come and add him on Facebook, and he wouldn't accept her.
Oh.
She would just cancel her request and send him another request like some months later.
Like playing games and shit.
Yeah. Seeing if he'll fall for the trap dang near. And shout out to him.
So
he ain't been falling.
Hey, that a boy. Yes, keep saying strong, brother.
So yeah, that's how it came up. He asked us, and we had
that's a good question.
About it.
What? I gotta know your story though.
When
was your first heartbreak?
All right, so my first heartbreak. All right, so this was a situation, right? So in 11th grade, in 11th grade,
okay,
I was dating. Let's just call. All right, I gotta think of a Pokemon for her.
Oh man, here we go.
Let's call her. We can call her Miltank.
Yeah, okay.
Is
that for the reason I'm thinking?
No, because you know how I believe it's the third gym in the in the Johto region.
Yeah,
I
normal
forgot the
type.
gym leader's name. I think it's like Roxanne or some shit. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But she has a mill tank, and then it was a tract.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that Miltank. It
Yeah.
it's the most painful ass Pokemon in the fucking face. It's
And of course, all your Pokemon are boys, so they all fall in love with this mill tank, and she
right.
just
Then
uses
she just
roll out, and then
rolls
you're
them.
dead.
Yep, that's it. That's what I was like. It could be because she's bulldozing you, or because she got some milkers, because that's a cow. But
No, she bulldozed my heart.
got it. I was gonna say, it sounds like the former.
But
Okay, fair enough.
I was dating mill tank, and she told me that she was gonna go to this party, and she wanted me to go with her.
Sure.
But I said no, I'm gonna go hoop with the homies.
Okay.
So I went to go hoop with the homies.
Bold choice.
Yes, sir.
I think you failed a test there, but go on.
I from the beginning of hold up, I'll save that for
Go
later.
ahead.
So so I went to go hoop with the homies.
Sure.
We got back to one of the homies' crib, and we sleep over and shit, right?
Oh yeah.
So we was up late, and I get a call, and it's Miltank's. Let's call her a friend.
Sure.
She's kind of irrelevant right now, but she goes, "Okay, here, Miltank, you gotta tell him."
Oh,
And I'm like,
tell you
wait, what the fuck is going on? And so she picks up the phone, and she was like, I love you, right? And I'm like,
Whoa.
I'm like, what? And then she goes, yeah, I made out with somebody.
Oh, I like how she had to sugarcoat it first, and then hit you with a fucking hammer.
Yeah, she used the
Jesus.
tract, I
Yep.
love you, and then roll out. I'm a fire type, a special, like super effective.
Super effective.
So yeah.
Wow.
And so my dumbass, check this out. My dumbass was like, it's cool, we can make it work.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, you're one of those. How much longer did it go?
Huh?
How much longer did it go after that happened?
Yo. This is the craziest part. Yes.
Another 6 months.
A year. A year.
Oh, bro.
And through through 11 months.
Yeah.
She was in a way like no, I wouldn't say that. She got better. She got better.
She got better.
She got better. She did.
Okay.
She would just do dumb shit like here and there. But towards the end, like the last 5-6 months of our relationship, she actually got better.
That's good. Learn something.
Yeah. But I came to my senses and I was like, yo, I never should have gave you a second chance to begin with.
No.
And then I broke up with her.
Nice. Ended on your terms. Okay.
Yes, it was on my terms. And yeah. So what did I learn?
That's the question.
I actually learned quite a few things. Number one, that I was absolutely right in going to hoop with the homies.
Oh yeah. Totally.
That's number one. And since that day, I've always chose myself over the female in whatever situation it is. For example, in a relationship that I had some years ago, some 10 years ago, damn near.
Yeah.
I skipped her fucking high school graduation to go play in a basketball tournament with my guys. And we was balling. So I have zero regrets.
Ball is life.
Zero. And so that's been me to this day. And so shout out to my younger self for always choosing himself.
I feel that, man.
Number two, I learned that once someone shows you who they are, trust and believe them the first time.
Oh, preach it. Preach.
She already showed me she was going to be wishy-washy. She already showed me she just taking advantage of me because she knows I have a good heart and nobody else going to treat her better.
Right.
So, I mean, shit. Heart this big, love this wide. I need somebody at the top.
That's right.
Girl, you not the bottom of the barrel, but you not the top.
No. Trying to have
And
her
that
cake and
brings
eat it too.
yes. And that brings me to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Stop lowering your standards.
Absolutely. That's the
Because
biggest lesson.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a sucker for fine women.
Who is it?
Like I used like from like 12 all the way up to like 17. If she was fine, I'd break my back for her.
See? That's how they get you.
Just for some piece of that pie. You know what I mean?
Boom. Oh, I know.
Yeah. So I learned after that, like, yo standards, you can't be bending the bar. You know what I mean?
Right.
This ain't limbo. All right.
That's
This
right.
is a fucking roller coaster ride. You got to be this high to ride the ride. If you ain't this high, you ain't riding my ride.
Pun intended. I want to give you a caveat for that one, though. And this is something I'd learned too. No, you should not lower your standards. However, I think if you're sticking to that philosophy of never lowering your standards, you got to live with the other side of that too. Is it can go a long time before you meet somebody who meets those standards. You got to be okay with that.
Yep.
And
And I'm
that's why I always say,
absolutely cool with that.
exactly. As long as you're cool with yourself and you love yourself, that's not a problem. It's the ones who think that their standards are here and they start getting lonely and then they start lowering and then they start blaming people. They start pointing
Yes.
fingers. And it's like, no. You were supposed to be here, but you ran out of time and now you're starting to inch back down. So if you're going to be a person who lives up to those standards and sets those standards for other people to live by, you can't waver. You got to keep it going. That's otherwise you're just wasting your fucking time. Like if you're gonna take 10 years of high standards and then no one fucking meets them, don't come down the 11th year. Because then what? Then you're just settling. Then you're gonna be pissed off. You're it's not a right match. You're just lowering
Facts.
your standards. So
Yep.
that's all. It's
I'd
a
rather
lifestyle.
I'd rather die alone and single than to be
See?
married with someone that I had to settle for.
There you go. See? That's the mentality you need. Like,
Mm-hmm.
be okay with going the entire distance by yourself then. Which
Absolutely.
not saying it's not going to always happen like that.
Right.
Someone might show up and meet your standards, but just
But
for
that's a
all
possibility.
those, absolutely. But for all of those who are that same mentality, yeah, be ready because it could be now, it could be when you're 50, it could be when you're on your deathbed. You don't
Right.
know. You never know.
And it doesn't matter. You know why? Because you will never be younger than what you are today.
Boom. Oh, don't tell me that. I
Hey,
just
it's
had a
the truth.
birthday. But
It's
you're
the
right.
truth.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm so glad I didn't settle. But like, look at the bullshit I had to go through to get here. So it's like, all I can do is look back and go, hey, those are the right decisions. I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm with the woman I'm supposed to be with, and I'm fucking happy.